there when Suge Knight showed up with the crew of Mexicans?
Fuck yeah, and I was there with the homies.
All you heard was, Suge is coming! This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a fuck, man! Eminem came outside, 50 niggas outside, what's up? And then the nigga Suge just walked away. The Mexican niggas look kind of confused.
He from Detroit. He from 8 Mile, bro. He was radio.
Them Detroit niggas are kind of crazy, bro.
In the shadowy corridors of hip-hop's history, there exists a tale, one of power, intimidation, and defiance. It begins with the unlikely meeting of two titans, Suge Knight and Eminem, whose paths carved deep grooves in the landscape of music. Suge Knight, a name synonymous with fear and dominance, once reigned supreme over the charged realm of Death Row Records. In stark contrast stood Eminem, an audacious figure who emerged from the gritty streets of Detroit. This narrative invites you to explore a saga where music, ego, and raw ambition collided, forever altering the rhythm of the hip-hop scene. In this exploration, we delve into the tumultuous episodes and strategic maneuvers that define this clash of legacies.
Artists and want to stay a star and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Before we continue, kindly hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss out on more exclusive content just like this. Death Row Records, a formidable pillar in the hip-hop industry of the 90s, was founded by the controversial figure Suge Knight. At its apex, Death Row was home to iconic artists like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and the legendary Tupac Shakur. However, behind the sheen of platinum albums and packed arenas lay a darker truth. Suge Knight employed intimidation tactics, extreme violence, and psychological manipulation to maintain his grip. Such an environment took its toll, as trust eroded and morale plummeted. Artists were left in constant fear, a beckoning shadow of the label's ruthless helm, which eventually heralded its decline. As key figures like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg extracted themselves from this toxic sphere, the mighty edifice of Death Row began crumbling, signaling not just the fall of a brand, but a definitive shift in hip-hop's power dynamics.
Trey, Lil Cuz, Ty Cuz, everybody in Dog Pound. Me and Corrupt flew to Hawaii to go do the MTV thing with motherfucking Miss L.A. Because I wasn't going to let him jump Superfly. That, you know, that was my producer, my friend, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I come back in, I'm on the phone, them niggas like, hey, oh yeah, we finna get him now. I'm like, oh no! Don't do it!
Eminem, or Slim Shady, arrived as a breath of fresh air with an underdog's grit birth from Detroit's harsh realities. He was known for his lightning-fast lyrics and narrative prowess, but more so for his daring demeanor. At the 1999 Source Awards, a significant moment underscored this courage. Eminem, encircled by Suge Knight's enforcers and enmeshed in a web of intimidation threads, stood unfazed. His refusal to bow to fear became a cornerstone of his persona, earning him respect not just from fans, but from those who understood the weight Knight's name carried. Eminem demonstrated that while he may have been outnumbered, he was never outmatched, his defiance embodying the very spirit of hip-hop rebellion. Dr. Dre, a luminary whose fingerprints are all over the evolution of modern hip-hop, faced a crossroads within the storm of Death Row's chaos. The relentless clamor of conflict and control under Suge Knight became untenable. Opting to forsake the toxic environment, Dr. Dre departed to forge a new path with Aftermath Records. Though initially greeted with setbacks, Dre's resolve never wavered. His strategic foresight and industry acumen soon paid off, as he began building a legacy founded on musical mastery rather than intimidation. This transition not only rescued him from turbulent waters, but set the stage for a seismic shift in the industry, a rebirth that would burgeon with awe-inspiring vitality.
He never lets me hear what he's going to say until he gets on the mic.
Really though?
Yes.
But I don't give a fuck if this chick was my own mother. I'd still fuck her with no rubber and come inside her and have a son and a new brother at the same time and just say that it ain't mine.
Are there times when you push away from the board or something? You're like, oh my God.
Dre discovered Eminem amidst Detroit's gritty rap battles, recognizing in him a volcanic potential. Signing him to Aftermath Records was a masterstroke. The release of the Slim Shady LP in 1999 was a cataclysmic event, Tracks bursting with wit and unfiltered honesty resonated globally, rejuvenating Dre's career and catapulting Eminem to superstardom. Together, they engendered a renaissance within hip-hop, crafting a narrative rich with innovative flair and authentic storytelling, which became the blueprint for future generations.
If I feel like I'm done with that CD, I'll go in and get another one. You know, it's kind of like a factory, and he just keeps kicking them out, and I just, you know, like a kid in a candy store, because I just get my pick of, like, everything. I think we did between 8, 10 songs, something like that. Okay. And once that happened, it was, you know, the ball was rolling, and then 2 albums came out of it.
Was it Relapse 1 and 2 because there was just too much material to put on one record?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of material. There was too much material to put on one record, right. But there was also a lot of material that kind of started sculpting itself into, this is what I want people to hear first, and then when they get part 2,
as Aftermath Records soared, you know what I mean? So Suge Knight viewed the burgeoning success as a threat, spearheading a series of verbal and physical intimidations, including staged encounters during industry events. Knight aimed to unsettle the newfound alliance. Eminem, guided by Dre's tactical advice, navigated these provocations with calculated composure. His choice to stay above the fray demonstrated a refined maturity, opting for strategic silence rather than incendiary responses. This restraint emblazoned his image as both astute and formidable, a silent yet resonant retort to the aggression directed his way.
He was ready to go.
The creative realms of Tupac Shakur and Eminem collided posthumously with the release of Loyal to the Game, a project that Eminem produced. While achieving commercial success, the album sparked debate about artistic authenticity. Critics argued that Eminem's fingerprints overshadowed Tupac's original vision, diverging from what die-hard fans perceived as Tupac's raw, unfiltered voice. Suge Knight seized this opportunity to further disparage Eminem, criticizing the endeavor as inauthentic and exploitative. Yet, the album remains a testament to the complexities of posthumous collaborations, igniting conversations about legacy, influence, and the delicate balance between reverence and artistic evolution. In the mid-2000s, Eminem ventured into contested territories with the creation of an unreleased diss track entitled Smack You, targeting none other than Suge Knight and another industry nemesis, Ja Rule. The track, laden with incendiary lyrics, aimed accusations directly at Knight, implicating him in the tragic deaths of Tupac and Biggie. Although dangerous to release given Knight's fearsome reputation, the attempt underscored Eminem's unabashed willingness to confront formidable foes head-on. The track remains an audacious symbol of Eminem's fearless artistry, bravely challenging the darkest elements of the music industry with unflinching boldness.
Remember that pretty little dress that you wore to his show to match his when we saw him perform?
Yeah.
Well, we gon' send that to his son.
You mean his son is a girl?
No, but he likes to dress like one. And I think he's got a daughter too. But we ain't gotta talk about his dirty ass little kids like he did to you. Cause we don't need to stoop to Ja Rule's level. Cause if we do, then that would mean that we'd only be 1'2". Then we'd be as tall as the statue we shoved up his ass. And then who knows, he might have room to fit us up there too. Alright, Binky, it's time for you to go upstairs, boo. Give daddy kisses. Kim, you fucking slut, where are you? Comfort Haley to bed, I'll be finished with this shit in a minute. Just in time for you to make the last call at fucking Skinny's. Haley's gone, what's up now, punk? Since you brought her up, let's talk about her. Trump, you already called her a slut. Bitch, don't you ever question how we bring our daughter up. You don't even raise your kids, you're waddling Donald Duck. Fat ass bitch of a wife who lives in McDonald's does. You stay in LA, trying to poly with all the plugs, begging Suge to get him to follow you to all the clubs. But you're too dumb to see that your publishing's all he wants. Thinking you friends till he gets it, and you're the next rapper sitting on the passenger side of that Benz that gets hit again. And LAPD you'll be saying, who did this shit again? No one who did it, but still nobody admits it. But if I get killed for this shit, I know who did it. Y'all ain't gotta go to limits to solve it. Just expect a visit from 40 to 50 vatos on your steps, ready, set to let the shots go pop. Tell them who shot you. I'm holding Suge responsible.